Bob Iger once said, "If you don't innovate, you die." Ironically, Disney almost did. And it's also no laughing matter to say that the Disney saga is more dramatic than any movie they've ever produced. Meanwhile, in the magical kingdom of corporate America, Disney's crown is slipping. Bob Iger, the man who built an empire, handed over the reins only to snatch them back in a dramatic boardroom coup. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this corporate drama. You'll see how even the mightiest companies can falter, and what it takes to right a ship as massive as Disney. But before we embark on this mystery tour, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want more hard-hitting financial analysis like this. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Not too long ago, Disney was seen as an untouchable giant in the entertainment industry. With a stable of beloved characters, record-breaking box office numbers, and theme parks that drew millions, it seemed like the magic would never end. In 2019, Disney was on top of the world. 7 of the top 10 grossing movies that year bore the Disney logo. The company's stock price was soaring, reaching nearly $200 a share. Bob Iger, the CEO who had guided Disney through acquisitions of Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm, was hailed as a visionary leader. But as we all know in the world of business, nothing lasts forever. The higher you climb, the harder you fall. And Disney was about to face a series of challenges that would test the very fabric of its magic. Disney's roadmap took a dramatic turn on February 25th, 2020. After pushing back his retirement 4 times, Bob Iger finally decided to step down as Disney's CEO. Enter Bob Chapek, Iger's hand-picked successor and then chairman of Disney Parks. But here's the million-dollar question. Was Chapek truly ready to lead the Magic Kingdom? Or was this succession plan doomed from the start? If you're finding this breakdown intriguing so far, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and it lets us know you want more content like this. Now, you might think that handing over the reins of a successful company would be smoother than a ride on Space Mountain. But it seems Iger wasn't quite ready to let go of his magic wand. He kept his expansive office, complete with a private shower built for former CEO Michael Eisner. He retained control of Disney's creative endeavors, a nebulous phrase that would lead to confusion and conflict. Chapek, meanwhile, found himself in an awkward position. He was CEO in name, but Iger was still pulling strings behind the scenes. It was like being given the keys to Cinderella's castle, only to find out the previous owner was still living in the attic. Let's break down this awkward transition. First, we have the office dilemma. Iger refused to give up his expansive office, citing his love for 2 shower days. This might seem trivial, but in the world of corporate politics, it's a clear power move. Then there's the issue of creative control. Iger's continued oversight of creative endeavors blurred the lines of authority. Who was really in charge? And to top it all off, just weeks after Chapek took over, the COVID-19 pandemic hit, throwing the entire entertainment industry into chaos. Chapek tried to chart his own course. He implemented a major reorganization, creating a new division called Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution, or DMED. This was meant to streamline decision-making and push Disney into the streaming age. But was this the right move? Or was it a case of fixing something that wasn't broken? As Chapek began to implement his vision, Disney faced unprecedented challenges. This is where Disney truly crossed the threshold into the unknown. The company that had seemed invincible was suddenly vulnerable. The pandemic shutdown was the first major hurdle. Theme parks closed, movie theaters shuttered, and production halted. Disney's diverse portfolio, once a strength, became a liability. Then came the heating up of the streaming wars. Disney Plus launched with a bang, but faced fierce competition from Netflix, Amazon Prime, and others. And all the while, internal strife was brewing. The tension between Iger and Chapek was reaching a boiling point, creating a leadership vacuum at the worst possible time. Despite Chapek's recent appointment, Disney was starting to encounter significant difficulties. The streaming struggle was real. Disney Plus initially seemed like a runaway success, but growth slowed and losses mounted. By 2022, the streaming division was bleeding money, losing $512 million in a single quarter. The dream of streaming profitability seemed further away than ever. Then, there were the box office bombs. Remember when every Disney movie was a guaranteed hit? Those days are gone. Lightyear, Strange World, and even some Marvel films like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania underperformed at the box office. The Marvel magic seemed to be fading, and Pixar's touch had lost some of its sparkle. But wait, there's more. The Scarlett Johansson debacle was a PR nightmare that exposed the cracks in Disney's usually polished facade. When the Black Widow star sued Disney over the film's simultaneous streaming and theatrical release, the company's harsh response drew widespread criticism. To top it all off, Disney experienced a creative brain drain during this period. Several key executives left, including Kevin Mayer, who many had pegged as Iger's likely successor before Chapek was chosen. As these challenges mounted, Disney's stock price began to tumble. From its high of nearly $200, it fell to around $86, a staggering 60% loss. Shareholders were getting restless, and the board was starting to have doubts. But the real inmost cave of our story is the boardroom, where the fate of Disney's leadership would be decided. In November 2022, just days after a disastrous earnings call, the board prepared to make a decision that would shock the entertainment world. In a plot twist worthy of a Disney movie, Bob Iger was brought back as CEO and Chapek was unceremoniously fired. Now, let's take a step back and ask, was this really the solution to Disney's problems? Or was it just treating the symptom rather than the disease? With Iger back at the helm, Disney's stock saw a brief bump, but the challenges remained. Iger began to undo many of Chapek's decisions, including restructuring, undoing Chapek's DMED organization, and giving power back to creative executives. He also announced 7,000 job cuts to reduce expenses and hinted at potential sales of assets like ABC and ESPN. But here's the million-dollar question. Can you really go back to the way things were? Or has the entertainment landscape changed too much? Coming back to the present, Iger faces the daunting task of turning Disney around. The decline of linear TV is a major hurdle. As cable subscribers cut the cord, Disney's TV networks are losing value. ABC and ESPN, once crown jewels, are now potential liabilities. Then there's the issue of streaming profitability. Disney Plus needs to start making money, and fast. But with increased competition and content costs, this is easier said than done. Theme park pricing is another tightrope to walk. How can Disney balance profit margins with affordability for families? The parks are cash cows, but pricing out middle-class families could have long-term consequences. Animation woes are another issue. Pixar, once the gold standard in animation, has had several underperforming films. How can they reignite the spark? The big question now is, can Disney resurrect its former glory, or are we witnessing the end of an era? Iger has extended his contract through 2026, giving him time to implement his turnaround plan, but he's also tasked with finding his own successor again. Will he get it right this time? As we wrap up this magical mystery tour of Disney's recent history, one thing is clear: the story is far from over. Will Iger be able to guide Disney back to prosperity, or is this the beginning of the end for the House of Mouse? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: we'll be watching closely and bringing you all the updates right here on this channel. Now, what do you think? Can Iger turn things around, Or is Disney's magic fading for good? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you want to stay up to date on all things finance and entertainment, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Until next time, this is how business works, reminding you that in the world of investing, not every story has a happy ending. But with knowledge and analysis, we can all strive for our own happily ever after. So stay informed and see you in the next video.